BBC World, The Secret Swami, Tanya Datta reports from India on a disturbing story with allegations of magic, murder and sexual abuse. You may find some scenes in the programme disturbing.
These devotees have been awake for hours. In this holy town, an auspicious day is about to dawn. These people are followers of India's biggest spiritual guru. For them, he's an avatar, God in human form. Like them, I've come today because he's promised to perform a rare miracle. As the sun finally rises, thousands are flooding in. Some have even waited all night. As he approaches, a wave of excitement ripples through the hall. The atmosphere turns feverish. These people are about to look upon the face of their living God. Sri Satya Sai Baba. No shortage of God in the American Midwest, but even here, SaiBaba has made inroads. During the 90s, this isolated corner of North Arkansas was the model SaiBaba commune. It was run by Al and Marissa Ram and their family.
This is incredible, Al.
This is where we lived, and also we kept it as a, we planned it as a center for the community.
And this is the house you're saying that you all built?
Yeah, we built this, our family built this. And, and a lot of friends who would come out.
We became the Arkansas SaiBaba Center.
You cut down the trees.
Meaning that it was a spiritual community based on the teachings of SaiBaba and with guidelines that had to do with vegetarianism and...
We did study groups. We studied SaiBaba's teachings.
It was a family home.
It was a family
But since it was the largest home in the community, we had our devotional singing here
like
every
for Shivaratri,
Thursday.
at Shivaratri people
parties.
would sing all night. We would have...
How were you brought up to see SaiBaba when you were a child?
It's God. Pretty straightforward. God in human form, the avatar. And I didn't really understand too much of it. But that was probably one of the main things that kind of made me feel a little excluded from most of the quote-unquote normal kids going to school and going to church, is that the fact that my family and a bunch of other families who we were associated with believed that there was a God in human form on earth now.
We believe that Sri Satya Sai Baba is Jesus Christ. Sri Satya Sai Baba is Buddha. Sri Satya Sai Baba is the founder of all of the world's religions. Sri Satya Sai Baba has always been God.
Satya Sai Baba says, whenever you see a sick person, a dispirited, disconsolate, diseased person, there is your field of service.
Today, Dr. Michael Goldstein is the guest of honour at this British SaiBaba function. He's the international chairman of the organisation and a man close to SaiBaba personally.
I submit to you that every man and woman, all of us, are spiritual seekers. I've had no sense of purpose in my life until I went to see Satya Sai Baba. In 1975, my wife and I went. We had the good fortune to interact with such a SaiBaba. I looked into his eyes and I lost all sense of individuality and became immersed in what I felt was an ocean of love.
I've always been fascinated by the holy men of India, the swamis, yogis and gurus. They're part of an ancient tradition here. And then there's the God-men, human beings who declare themselves divine. With an estimated 30 million devotees spread across the world, SaiBaba is India's biggest God-man, and its most controversial. For years, he's been surrounded by scandal, yet his popularity shows no sign of falling. So I've come to this SaiBaba wonderland, put a party, to explore the enigma behind the public face.
SWAMI.
SWAMI, watch it.
There's not the slightest doubt that he is the most popular of all the God-men and God-women we have today. And you can't ascribe it to a kind of publicity campaign, because there's never been anything of the kind. You don't see any advertisements in magazines or on TV or anything. It was like Gandhi. No, he never had any, and yet he had this suddenly by word of mouth. It was all over the country as the great Mahatma.
SaiBaba's followers now come from over 165 countries. Western devotees have always flocked to him. Many devotees came from that mecca of counterculture, California. It was the late 60s, and the spirit of the age was revolution. The hippie generation sparked up, dropped out, and partied. It was also in California that Al and Marissa first met. As love and peace became the slogan of the times, many embarked on a journey of spiritual exploration. Drawn by gurus like Maharishi, thousands of Westerners flocked to India seeking spiritual enlightenment. Visits from stars like the Beatles brought added glamour to the road east.
India is so unique, it's so incredible. If there's a spiritual train, then India is the engine. All this mysticism, all the strangeness that surrounds SaiBaba and all that stuff, this is a perfect home for it.
This man was part of the hippie generation. But Isaac Tigert also saw the age as a wonderful business opportunity.
And of course here is his wonderful vest.
He's one of the founders of the world-famous Hard Rock Cafe. He mixed burgers and beer with rock memorabilia to create a global phenomenon and a massive personal fortune. Isaac took SaiBaba's motto, love all, serve all, and made it the motto of the Hard Rock. But even with all his wealth and fame, Isaac felt there was still something missing from his life.
I said, look, I needed to start a search. I need to go look for what I think is a master, a guru, a spiritual leader, a teacher, something, because of the hunger inside of me. But I searched all over India. I went to every ashram, every holy place. I heard about this obscure little guru, decided to go down there, and there was a festival day. There was a huge crowd, and he parted the crowd and came right over to me. I was staying at the back, and he said, "You've come at last. I've been waiting for you." So he turned and said, "We have many things that we're going to do together. You wait right here." He didn't speak to me again for 15 years.
In 1979, the Ram family made their own pilgrimage to India. They were married now, and their son, Elia, was just a baby. Marissa had embraced her husband's faith with enthusiasm.